way possible the foundationals. Love. Demonstrate and express love in your sewing, in your filmmaking, in your writing, in your poetry, in your, I don't know, skyscraper building. Demonstrate love in that, like no one has before, in that field, in a unique and really awesome way. Gratitude, generosity, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, you know, all those things, any and all. Demonstrate and express. And if you could do that at the level where from top to bottom, your creator, up to the uppity tree, was so moved to come down and like actually be with you, be actually witnessing the thing as you're doing it without you even being aware that they're there, because they're so moved by your incredible, moving, passionate expression and demonstration of this thing that's been around and they've had, and it's magnificent and everything, but wow, this is an utterly remarkable way. An example of this would be a 5-pointer. He's got all his points, man, this is in life, and he reads a news article about a dude who just went down, had raped and killed 100 kids, and everybody was disgusted and destroyed by it, but he did do it openly. He did it as a public statement, okay, to do it, and it took them that long, and finally they got him, man. After 100 kids, man, they got that fucker. Everyone hated him. Oh, what a horrific thing, you know. Buried him in the local plot, and nobody ever stepped foot near it. It was just a dirt mound with no fucking headstone. But you, perfectly average, I don't know, you're a baker in town, and perfectly average, all your 5 points met. You hear about this guy, and you kind of dig a little deeper, and then you hear his story. And his story was, he's born to a crackhead, dumped into a dumpster, found by a meth head, tried to sell shards, couldn't raise them, and in that environment was raped, abused, beaten, and undernourished, fucking neglected, whatever. Managed to somehow come out of that fucking environment through stealing, selling his fucking body, whatever it took to feed himself, and finally crawl out of that gutter, and sets himself up in a situation where he's got some kind of a shot, you know? He gives it a real honest go. Gets a job, he's like cleaned up, he's like straightening his life out, he's dealing with all like the issues of his youth, but he's doing it in the right way. He's applying himself to his community and like, not committing crimes anymore. He doesn't need to. He's got a job. He's got a small, cheap apartment, but it meets his needs. He can eat. He can feed himself. Awesome. Great. And then a series of people, an event, come through his life. It's like, no! They deny him the job and the apartment, this, and after repeated efforts, even moving to different communities, it keeps happening. Same groups of people coming and just tearing his life apart and putting him back on the fucking street and just abuse and abuse. One day, he thinks, like, what's the most horrific I can do in this world? I'm gonna go out. How can I go out in the worst way? And this is what he decides. I'm gonna rape and kill 100 kids. I know they love those kids. I would have liked to have kids someday, or met a girl, or I'm gonna take their happiness and all their opportunity. And he does it. And he does it openly and rage-filled. Every time some of the parents tried to stop him, no, you rape and kill the kids, you kill the fucking parents afterwards. And rape the mom too. And he did this over and over in every community he was abused in. So he got to 100, and finally they were ready to take the fucker out. And the baker reads this, and he's moved. Because the one thing he noticed in the whole thing, he's like, wow. This guy never had a shot. in what scenario there could he have possibly, one time, in his entire life, from birth to death, ever heard somebody say, I love you. The whole world completely annihilatingly hating this dude for what he did. And the baker's moved. He's on the way home, cemetery's over there, he's like, he stops by, goes to the mound, lays the flowers on the grave. And he says, yeah. He doesn't know if the fucking dude is possibly know or hear him, or experience what he's about to say. But he gives him a little heartfelt, like, you know, I'm incredibly sorry for the life you had. I just want to say this. I'm sorry you couldn't possibly have heard it while you were alive, and probably you're not going to be able to hear it now, but I wanted to tell you that I love you. You are very beautiful. You're incredible. What kind of incredible courage it took to survive in the environment you did, and actually go out and try and try and try again. Like, I admire you greatly and the life you lived, and I know you left in a hateful and despicable way. But how could you not? You never once in your life heard those words, but I want to tell you truly. That's what I feel for you, and I wish you could have heard it once in your life. And you spend a few minutes there and you kind of get that off your chest, then you leave. Made nothing of it. What you didn't realize is that 5-pointer actually passed, okay, with their traits, and given these unique challenges, and was actually supposed to do exactly what they did in the way that they did it, and because it was an incredibly enormous challenge and whatever, when he went on, massive exaltation for what it was, and tremendous reception to that being, and full knowledge that the place he came from, absolutely zero anybody since the day he was born to the day he died ever told him that, or expressed any kind of admiration or anything, gratitude or anything for him, okay? But what the baker didn't know is that as soon as the feeling, after he investigated his thing, and the feeling, the impulse to do that hit him, all the creation from top to bottom, fully aware of it, watched to see what the baker would do with that intention, that thing that popped up in him that appeared nowhere else on that planet. That's all he cared about, is like where it was from, this now exalted super incredible thing that whatever produced the upgrade or whatever. We don't know the big picture. And watching the baker actually drive to the lot, by the time the baker laid the flowers right there, the tippitiest toppiest of the tree, right there with him, Ma, right there with him, like, what the fuck? And boom, an expression of love, and demonstrative to the monster of the community, what the baker couldn't know and the community couldn't know, okay, was actually, and so moved was everything through all creation by this simple act by the baker. And what he couldn't know, yeah, he's passing with 5 colors, he's getting through, and he's going on to his next thing, and his whole baker. But because of this little 15-minute side trip he did in his whole life, because he had that thing pop up in his heart and he followed it, and it didn't like come from all creation, like do this thing and Kim's heart. No, his heart's a very independent thing. I just says, you man, it's like, this guy was never shown love. It's like, yeah, everyone hates him, but wasn't he amazing that, you know, after all that, he would even make an effort in life? And yeah, it didn't work out, but he's probably never told he was loved. He never had parents, siblings, had a horrible environment. I'd go tell him, you know, now, I don't know if he could he possibly fucking hear it? But the baker didn't know until he gave his body back, and arrived into, whoa, like, and he saw the being that was that, the super most exalted being by all creation, most exalted through all creation, and he, from top to bottom, that being coming to him with levels of exaltation and love exceeding what everything felt towards him, towards the baker. Okay? And arriving in his chest, just filament and colors of the flowers he laid on his grave. That just, we don't know what the smallest, tiniest little thing and the difference it could make. Okay? You have an independent thing in there. Okay? That regardless of your creator and all creation, everything out there. Okay? Sometimes pop up a thing that when you act on, because it's the right thing, it's a good thing, and you know that because you know yourself. Okay? Don't let other people's judgment and the other people, okay? Other people weren't born in your penis, okay, in your cock. Other people weren't born attached to you here, meant to be a part of you, okay? Okay, be wise. Yeah, you have a family. Yeah, you have friends. Yeah, your mom, your daddy, you love them, and great, but they can absolutely be the wrongest, fucking most horrific advice, or just this is what you got to know first. You do the 5 points, and you will. No matter what you do in life, good or bad, you'll do it gooder and badder in the right way, without ever violating, without losing the 5 points. Here, this, you know, you're getting in. You're getting in. Okay? You're getting in. Now, at what level? What upgrades? What, like, reception? What? No. That's that little pinky. Could be tiny. Could be that 15-minute side trip. That, you know, mid. Or it could be, wow. Doesn't matter, really. You're getting in. You're getting in. You're doing it again and again. Over time, you're going to get better and better at whatever the 5 points, the trait, the thing that you are. Including probably the ability to, like, swap those out. You know? Like, you don't always have to be, like, a lesbian throughout. No. Probably you're going to experience every single kind of conceivable, you know, combination. I don't know. Like, we can't know here, and especially our situation, kind of double I don't know. Okay, but that's the 5 points. And that's the basic oversight picture of what we could possibly know or care about of what it all is. The reason I'm telling you this is because you can't not exist. And if you don't get in, why didn't you get in? You know, basically, rape and killing kids are part of an organization that did that, and myself, I was aware, and I contributed to it. My family didn't know, but I dragged them in with me. Guilty by association, because I, knowing now what I know, didn't fill them in and say, look, there's no way I can get in. How can you know that? One, you're in the triangle, absolutely one way of knowing if it is even possible for you to get in and what it would take. Confess to me. P-R-S-T. Confess to me. To approach me, confess to me. Okay? Hopefully in this video, if the target audience, the ippity or the censor, okay, can now take this information just between us and keep it in the triangle. okay? And disseminate the information in whatever way. I don't know how your whole thing works. Whatever way is possible that you can disseminate it and distribute it to the most number of people who can now use this information to first, get your 5 points in place. Stop all the stupid other nonsense. Get that 5 points in place, and if, with all that 5 points in place, the thing that now prevents you is because you're part of the triangle. And various levels of guilt and association through those levels, with the tippiest being the most, at the bottom being the least. And the only way to know, based on what those levels are in the triangle, confess to me. And hopefully, in this video, you now have a certainty of one thing, okay? I'm your best and only option of, in your confession to me, I'm not, no matter how reviled and disgusted I am by your actions, I'm not, nor do I have any reason, given my knowledge and what I know, I'm not going to judge you. In that confession, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to tell you, okay, based on this, and what I now know of you, your 5 points, filled in or not, where you're at there, what's going on here with your so-called sin or evil. Based on your 5 points, it might be that, well, you did your 5 points, and you do have that, and you did do that, and you did it horrifically. Super, yes, okay. That was the most horrific way you could have done that. I am thoroughly fucking disgusted, and yes, probably that's, okay, not only do you not have problems, you're super good, whatever her crazy fucking intention was with a thing like you succeeded that. Okay? Or, these are my 5 points. But I did this outside of my, I knew it was wrong, and then see, you know, it's like you were saying, we're just fucking born in this, and we're forced into this fucking house, this and that. I never wanted to be, I didn't really in my heart feel, okay, whatever. I know. So, based on this, what you told me, your 5 points, and what you've done, what we gotta fix is your 5 points. We have to get this and this figured out. Let's get this worked out here, okay? ASAP, as soon as possible. Get it done, okay? Dedicate yourself to this. Quit your job. Fucking tell your family you need some personal time alone and go off on an island somewhere. Whatever your resources or ability, any way I can possibly help you, I will. Okay, get there. Get those 5 points in place. Now, while you're doing that, and me looking at the things that you did over here, okay, and what possibly I can do to remedy, rectify, or improve all this fucking stuff, you resolve the 5 points and come here. Come back to me. I need your help to do this, obviously. And this is what I need you to do. You do this, you actually will be doing a great service here and saving me a tremendous amount, you know. And despite what I feel about the situation, this and that, we got your 5 points in place, and actually with your 5 points in place, it would be most advantageous for you to do this here. And it will result in, I don't know, you're going to get killed doing it. Or, you're not going to get killed, but, man, people are going to hate you, or you might even, because of our society now, get jailed and serve out the rest of your life in jail, or whatever. But I can guarantee you this. You got your 5 points in place. You passed on that front. And based on everything you did wrong and what we were able to do to remediate it and rectify it, not only do you get in, okay, not go to endless suffering, but you don't drag your family there either. And now they, with full knowledge of everything you and I know and teach them, and now they know, okay, they're definitely getting in, and they're not getting blamed and suffering for your sins. Okay? You're covering your ass, getting yourself in and doing the work required, whatever it is, including getting killed or going to jail, which who cares in either case? This is a short time. But you know, in the endless, wow, okay, you got it. And even though you were part of one of the worst fuckeries ever, alright? Now, your family, clean slate, not anything, no matter how long they were in the triangle, or how much they benefited financially or this or that, and how much they knew or didn't know, okay? They're cut off from you. You now got 100% responsibility of it all, your family. The biggest service you could do for them is to separate them from you and your involvement in this. And then they have 100% chance of getting their 5 points in and getting in and magnificence. And because you're getting in and they're getting in, guess what? Yeah, you're going to continue on together. And you and your family can enjoy a non-fuckery place to continue this adventure together. And who knows, you and your daughter might be riding a unicorn one day, and it's like, man, barely by the tip got in and out of that, and wow. Now, endless this versus the horror show that is exactly what you're this close to the ledge. No ledge, I have a sign, no ledge. There's a ledge right fucking there. Don't listen to the guy who's telling you it's knowledge or no ledge. That's the fucking ledge. You're heading right towards it. Okay? If you still think, for whatever reason, no, man, he's gonna kill you, what's my incentive? And if I punch a guy and hurt him, what the fuck? I won't hurt a fly or step on an ant, and for knowledge that I have, absolutely don't hurt the smaller creature that you kill unnecessarily. Oh, there's too many flies, I'm gonna put up a fly trap. No. Change your thinking. That's Tinkerbell, that's Tinkerbell's army. If you have tons of flies around you all the time for some reason, like I in recent times, enormous amounts, I've got guinea pigs, but like, I have no flies. And then sometimes, mad number of flies. You know what? There's cosmic rays coming at me, or you guys are doing your Ouija magic trying to get at me, this, and the flies are like picking them off, and what was once filled with all this crime, they picked them all off. If I was killing them and put up fly strips, they'd be like, what a dick move, we're totally just trying to help. Okay, think of all tiny things like that. The tinier the thing is that you kill, the worse it's looked upon. Okay, by all creation. Like, but why? Why'd you do all that pest control? Like, so get rid of the spiders, you could bite and hurt my... So you get rid of the spiders, you killed all the crickets and all of this and that and that and that. And what's the worst of the spiders? Black widows and the poison. That shit doesn't exist, except in your head. Okay? A. B. Who cares? Have your kid get bit by a spider, or you get bit by a spider. That's part of life. Okay? Don't kill tiny things. And by the way, spiders associated with your creator. So are lions, cats, spiders particularly, Charlotte's Web. Think of that. And ants, just consider that one of her favorite creatures. Okay? Above us. And don't ask questions why. But the black people are her favorite of our kind, because black kids in Africa, in original villages, still maintain 0% of their kids raped, killed. Why? Their kids play with ants. Play with them. Enjoy them. And the ants, super excited for what comes next. Kids start eating them. What they get by eating ants? That's a secret. But if you think about, like, what distinguishes the men, the black men who have a distinguishing feature, ants. Tiny little things. So, based on all this that I've given you, this video is for you, the censor, and or dude there at the pin tip. Alright? What you do with this information, if you absolutely do nothing except yourself, you use this information just to help yourself and fuck the rest of them. Awesome, man. Got more than exceeded my expectation. Anything I could have hoped for. Do it. Do it. I'm still going to work my hardest for as long as I can, and as long as I'm here, to get this information, you first, and then to the rest of the world, and to help in whatever way I can with what I have access to, the knowledge I have access to, and the connection I still have. Not just undo the fuckery. That pretty much comes with the scenario. And remember, even if by some 0% chance that I should fail in my fixing or eliminating the things that needs to be eliminated, let's see, volcanoes, cosmic, like you guys through your name reversals make the earth worse by the sound of certain words in reverse that make the earth worse, and metaphorically it starts at, okay, done is done. Okay, so give up the game, give up the lie you tell yourself. Okay, this is it, done, end game. See that right there, that metaphor construct there? That's gonna be a real fucking pain in your ass. Why? It's a book on how to make love. Shoved full. How many? And where are those? Well, those are door hangers from Love Painting Company. Oh, did you notice the name of my royal paint? In the supply. Okay. What does that mean? The minute you censor it, you or anybody watch this video, that became a metaphorical construct in the world. And you currently have it where evil, love, and love is even people hear love and they think evil and this and correct. What if now, after the construct is now in your world, anytime you did a good thing, people responded like it was raping and killing a kid. You hug your daughter in the morning. Good morning, honey, it's good. That's how she responds to you. And literally, to get the same response from her as giving her a hug used to give her, you'd have to rape and kill her. Is that really how you want to spend the end of these days until you go to where? With your loved ones and dragging them all with you where, oh, you still feel the love for them, but they're cursing and screaming at you endlessly for the horrificness that they now have to experience endlessly, while you endlessly still feel that love. I don't know, but for me, no brainer. No matter how good or bad I was, like this information presented to me, I'd want to maximize it. A, if I'm in the worst case scenario, no way I could avoid that, they don't go with me. Okay? Give them a shot. I don't have a shot. I can't fix this. Whatever, I fucking whatever, I'm going to go down to my days. Take them. Okay? Help them. Get them their 5 points and get them in. You know, disassociate them from me. I can do that. I could at least help your families. Don't be that kind of person where it's hopeless for me. So let me take them out. No. Especially if you love them. Because, wow, to me, that would be the horror show. Worse than the horror show. It's like someone you loved intensely just screaming and cursing at you and hating you with all the fucking, because wow, this could never end. This is how just it. Nothing and anything out there, that magnificence we saw a flash of as we exited our body and then moved away from, would ever care or know. There's no, our creator's not going to show up one day, okay, you've done your time and you're going to go. No, just can't ever let you in that. And There's no that. Not if we could blip you out, make you not exist. Sure, that would be a ton of options for people. That doesn't exist. There's no way to not exist once you exist. So that's today's video, and I think I've covered more than enough to give you, I don't know, a thing to consider. If you actually exist, of course, there is that point zeros to the end of time 1 that I'm completely off base, and it was that spider I stepped on when I was a kid. It's ghost and spirit following me through my life, entangling everything and everyone on the planet, whether it's an invisible web that no one can see and only I can sense. I'm sorry. Ignore everything I just said. Spider catch. Motherfucker. Fucking